Hey everyone, it's Hayes, and in today's video we're going to be discussing some theories regarding some of the recent spoilers we've got, because oh boy, there's been a lot. Although I would like to ask before I continue with this video, those of you who have read the Bible or seen all the other leaks, please don't confirm or deny any of the theories I talk about in this video. I'm trying my best to stay clear of all of that, and I'm trying to keep my channel clear of it too, because a lot of people don't want to know either. So if you can't leave a comment without talking about the leaks, I'd rather you not comment at all.
Thank you for that.
So let's jump into this, but I won't be discussing everything new from the promos, just the things I have ideas about. And I think the first thing we have to discuss is Queen Natalie manhandling Gabriel Babes. Oh my god, what a power move. I'm not gay, but whew, I love this woman. Anyway, so we don't know what episode this is from yet, and again, if you know, thank you. But we do know Natalie gets akumatized this season and into this absolute badass with a crossbow. There is literally nothing this show can do to make me hate this woman. Natalie, adopt me. Please. However, what on earth led them to be in this position? Firstly, they're in the kitchen, no location, so I'm not sure where that is in the house exactly, but since Natalie cares a lot for Adrian, and we haven't seen any evidence yet of them having a cook, although I think it's like a huge probability they do, because, you know, they're rich. When's Gabriel Babe's got time to cook? Never, apparently. So maybe Natalie is possibly just preparing something for herself and Adrian, and Gabriel Babes walks in his evil Santa Claus outfit. No, not you, for God's sake. Knowing Gabriel Babes and his inability to read the room, he'll probably say something to her about Adrian, since she is still wearing the Amok ring. Now, obviously, she does have control over Adrian, or rather the power to have control over Adrian, because as we've seen so far, even though she wears the ring, she hasn't actually controlled him. But in addition to that, it's also his wife's wedding ring. Why hasn't he asked for it back, even if it's just for that reason alone and he doesn't want to control Adrian? I don't know. But it does make sense slightly in that vein of thought, due to the way he seems to be losing focus on Emily and his original goal, as we saw in Evolution. I think he could potentially ask for it back, or may just try to forcibly take it from her. We can see the hand of Natalie's that's grabbing Gabriel's is the one with the ring on it. So he could have been going to grab it and she's like, nah, not today, mate. Natalie is also physically weak due to her illness, but she is like Adrian's mum, like his like surrogate mum kind of, and I feel like she has this maternal instinct over him, as we saw in Multiplication when she went to check on him. So I think if Gabriel wanted the ring back, which Natalie would perceive as a threat to Adrian, adrenaline would kick in and she'd do this to him, despite her being physically weak and sick. Other reasons for her trying to physically take down her boss could be that she was akumatized and she's not very happy about it, which I am finding a little odd that she actually gets akumatized in the first place, actually. She knows people can break free, she's aware of that, and she also knows who's also doing this to her, so I feel that would make it possibly easier to break up the akumatization. I'm not sure exactly, but you know, she is aware for sure that it's possible, and I feel like Natalie is mentally strong enough to break free. So with that in mind, I think there's a possibility that Natalie agrees to be akumatized so she can help get Ladybug and Cat Noir's Miraculouses quickly, because, you know, she's a genius, to bring Emily back quicker and end this, hence why she has a heckin' crossbow. I love this woman. And if they end this quickly, then Adrian will be safe. It'll be okay. You know, so I think she was doing it now for Adrian rather than herself. However, when, you know, like, Gabriel is her boss, so when, you know, not that I've ever done this to any of the bosses I've ever worked for, but if you wrap their hand around their back and slam them down on the kitchen countertop, it's probably going to get you fired. So I definitely feel like she does this as a last resort to help protect Adrian. Like, Gabriel Babes looks actually scared here. He definitely wasn't expecting that reaction from her at all. I mean, why would he? I wasn't expecting that either. I mean, I'm happy it happened. Wasn't expecting that. Completely out of the blue. I'm delighted, but like, ooh, okay. And I think possibly it could lead in the long run to Natalie betraying Gabriel Babes for Ladybug and Cat Noir in order to help protect Adrian. I think I said in my last theory video, I was like, how on earth are Ladybug and Cat Noir going to work out that what's going on with the rings, like the Miraculous are connected? How are they going to work it out? I've no idea, and I think Natalie might be the key to that. And if we also incorporate the footage of Emily that Natalie is watching, that seems to play into this theory too of protecting Adrian. Another theory from one of you is that this isn't actually Gabriel Babes but a senti monster that Felix creates, which I do think is plausible. I don't think like that's too far-fetched, to be honest. But please know, if that's true, I will cry. Like, if this isn't the real Gabriel Babes she takes down, I will be devastated. It has to be him, oh my god. So now let's revisit that Kwame switch where we see Mr. Bug and Lady Noir again, which I think is from the same episode where Natalie gets akumatized actually. Is this video all about Natalie? Maybe, but it's gonna be her season, I can't wait. Forget about Marinette and Adrian as main characters, I want Natalie. But anyway, so akumatized Natalie has the power of the fox and the bee, and it seems Ladybug gets stung. She's covering her face. I don't know why she went for that pose to protect herself from venom, but I have largely stopped questioning her decisions at this point. Cat Noir uses Cataclysm to save her, then carries her down to the sewers because best location, why the heck not? And detransforms because he just uses Cataclysm to save her and will detransform soon anyway. And he's also being targeted by Natalie, as we can see on this little thing here. However, Lady Noir isn't. So they swap Miraculouses to defeat Queen Natalie, still love her though, so that's what I think is going to happen in the Kwame swap episode. And now the other Kwame swap episode where Tiki and Plag, for seemingly no reason, tear everyone's heart out of their bodies. Like, they better have a good reasoning for doing this. Like, no, I ain't buying it so far. But let's focus on Adrian and Marinette here. So we know in part 1, courtesy of Tofu over the summer trying to destroy my life, Adrian and Marinette seem to be working on some sort of school project together where they get pretty close and are interrupted by the Akuma, but it's up to Alia and Zoe, to save the day. Adrian and Marinette, as we know from Tofu, who like to constantly try to ruin my life, like, just look at those air dates, is this some kind of sick joke? Do have a bit of a conversation about love, and I think this recent sequence could be from that episode too. Since there are pictures of Adrian on the wall here, but they are in the bin later. Of course, Marinette could have taken them down and put them back up at any point during the season, but here's what I'm thinking so far, and stay with me, this is a sequence of events. So Adrian comes by with school bag to get more things to the project because they worked on it earlier, but there was a Akuma attack, so they had to stop. So comes back, not realising Marinette is having a nap in her room because the first thing he sees is a load of photos of him on the floor meant for the bin. And then I think he finally notices Marinette is there, asks why these pictures are in the bin, which were on the wall before, and as we know from the translated Gloob trailer, he says he loves her, and she says she doesn't love him, which will kill me forever. And in the same scene, she's holding one earring where the other is no idea. Like, her position and the lighting of the scene is all the same, they have to happen at roughly the same time. But I think she realises even more here that she can't be with Adrian even though she still has feelings for him because of what happened in Strike Back. Like, she does already know that, as we heard at the start of Multiplication, but I think Tiki leaving her will really solidify that with her even more. And as sad as that is, I do think it'll be okay. So the last we heard, Kwame's Choice Part 2 wasn't ready, so I think this is how Part 1 will end. So I hope by the end of Part 2, Marinette maybe starts to see a way forward for her and Adrian. Like, she has loved him too long by this point, just to give up the moment he falls for her, and I think they could potentially get together then, but it definitely won't be easy. So there are all my theories, besties. I'd love to know what you think, but please keep the comment section free of Bible spoilers and all the other links. All the air dates you need are on the screen, plus the video game is coming out on the 25th, I am going to die, and I'll see you in the next one.